There's a war happening in America, a fried chicken war. From Nashville's fiery spice to Louisiana's Cajun soul, and from Southern buttermilk classics to trendy fast casual takes, every chain wants to claim the crown. But let's be honest, not all of them deserve it. Some are legends past their prime, others are budget fillers that cut corners, and a few are rising stars rewriting the rules. So today, I'm stepping into dangerous territory. We're ranking the signature fried chicken from 12 of America's most famous chains. That's right, from the absolute worst to the undisputed king. And trust me, this list might stir up some debate, but hey, that's part of the fun. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe, because this isn't just another food ranking video. By the end, you're entire fried. Let's start at the bottom of the pile with a chain that has history, loyal fans, and decades of experience, but still can't quite rise to the occasion. Golden Chick. Now, Golden Chick has been around since the late 1960s, born in Texas and still most popular in the South. On paper, it has all the right ingredients, decades of experience, a menu that tries to blend tradition with variety, and even extras like yeast rolls and catfish. But here's the problem, it's wildly inconsistent. When you catch Golden Chick on a good day, the chicken can actually be decent. The breading is light, the meat tender, and the whole thing reminds you of why fried chicken became such a comfort food in the first place. But a good day is the key word here. Too often, what you actually get is bland seasoning, lukewarm chicken that's been sitting a little too long, and sides that feel more like afterthoughts than highlights. The biggest issue is flavor. Compared to chains that load their chicken with Cajun spice, Nashville heat, or bold seasoning blends, Golden Chick just feels safe. Too safe. It's the chain you settle for when it's nearby, not the one you crave. And in a fried chicken market this competitive, that middle-of-the-road approach leaves them stuck in neutral while their rivals are racing ahead. So yes, Golden Chick lands at the very bottom of our ranking. Respect for the legacy? Absolutely. But when you've been frying chicken for half a century and people still describe your flavor as mild, that's a problem. Coming in at number 11 is a chain that brings something totally different to the table. Polo Campero. Now this isn't your typical southern fried chicken joint. Polo Campero was born in Guatemala back in the early 1970s, and when it made its way into the US, it brought with it a distinct Central American twist that sets it apart from the competition. Here's the thing. If you're used to classic American fried chicken, Polo Campero might catch you off guard. The chicken here is marinated for hours, deeply seasoned, and fried to order. The flavor runs through the meat, not just the crust, with a spice blend that leans more Latin than Southern. It's a bold flavor, and when it hits right, it's honestly refreshing compared to the same old profiles we're used to. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. That flavor isn't for everyone. Some people swear it's the best fried chicken they've ever had. Others find the spices a little too different from what they expect. It's not bland by any means, but it is polarizing. If your palate leans toward Cajun, Nashville, or classic Southern styles, this may feel like fried chicken from another universe. And then there's the availability problem. With just around 100 locations scattered across the US, mostly in areas with strong Latin American communities, Polo Campero simply isn't on most people's radar. You can't be the nation's top fried chicken chain if most of the nation doesn't even have access to you. Now, credit where it's due. Their grilled chicken is one of the healthier fast food options out there, though most fans agree it can't match the bold flavor of their fried version. And their sides, think plantains or Latin-style rice, are a refreshing departure from the usual fries and coleslaw combo. So why does Polo Campero end up near the bottom? It's not about quality. It's about niche. This chain delivers something authentic and unique, but in a fried chicken culture dominated by Southern traditions, its Central American roots put it in a bit of a culinary side lane. It's flavorful, yes, worth trying if you see one, absolutely, but best in America? Not quite. Which brings us to number 10, a chain that just might surprise you, Church's Texas Chicken. This one is complicated. On paper, Church's has everything it needs to dominate. Nearly 1,500 locations worldwide, a history dating back to the 1950s, and a loyal following built around affordability. If you've ever been broke and hungry, you know Church's can fill you up without emptying your wallet. The biscuits, especially that honey butter biscuit, are genuinely worth the hype. The spicy tenders, when fresh, pack serious heat. And for families trying to stretch a dollar, it's a lifesaver. But the same thing that makes Church's attractive is also its biggest weakness. The focus on low price often shows up in inconsistent quality. One day, you'll bite into a piece that's juicy and flavorful. The next, you'll get dry meat, stale oil, or chicken that tastes more greasy than crispy. That's the gamble you take every time you roll through their drive-thru. Church's proves there's a place for budget-friendly fried chicken. But when you line them up against competitors that obsess over quality and flavor, the difference is glaring. If you're craving the best fried chicken in America, this isn't it. If you just need a big box of chicken that won't break the bank, Church's delivers. Sliding into the 9th spot, we've got Shake Shack, a brand better known for its burgers and milkshakes than for fried chicken. But in recent years, they've thrown their hat into the chicken game with the Chicken Shack sandwich. On the surface, it looks like they've done everything right. High-quality chicken breast, no hormones, a crisp golden coating, fresh toppings, and that signature potato bun. The flavor is there. Juicy, well-seasoned meat paired with Shack sauce gives it a clean, elevated feel compared to the typical drive-thru sandwich. And here's where Shake Shack shines. Consistency. Whether you're in New York, LA, or anywhere in between, their execution is steady, and you know exactly what you're going to get. But the problem is obvious. Shake Shack simply isn't a chicken chain. They don't sell buckets of fried chicken, they don't do wings, they don't give you the full fried chicken experience. Their menu offers a solid sandwich, some nuggets, and that's about it. So while the Chicken Shack is excellent for what it is, Shake Shack's chicken game is a side project compared to the full-time specialists in this ranking. They've carved out a premium niche, sure, but without the range, they can't compete head-to-head with the big poultry players. Now, sitting just above them at number 8 is the legend itself, KFC. This is the chain that made fried chicken mainstream in America, the brand built on Colonel Sanders' 11 herbs and spices recipe back in the 1930s. For decades, KFC wasn't just a restaurant, it was the name in fried chicken. Even today, that distinctive seasoning blend is instantly recognizable, and with more than 4,000 US locations, KFC still dominates in size and reach. But here's the painful truth. KFC isn't what it used to be. In the Colonel's day, chicken was hand-breaded, pressure-fried fresh, and served hot throughout the day. Now, much of the process has been streamlined with longer holding times under heat lamps and less emphasis on that fresh-from-the-fryer magic. The result? Inconsistent quality. Some locations still nail that crispy, juicy bite that made KFC a household name, but others serve up soggy coating and chicken that tastes like it's been sitting too long. Even the sides, once a point of pride, often feel like filler instead of memorable companions. KFC's legacy is untouchable. It literally invented the fast food fried chicken empire, but its execution today struggles to live up to that legend. And that's why, despite its history, it lands only at number 8. At number 7, we've got a chain that many Americans have never even heard of, Zaxby's. If you live in the Southeast or parts of the Midwest, Zaxby's might be a household name. But for the rest of the country, it's practically invisible. Founded in Georgia in 1990, Zaxby's has grown to nearly 1,000 locations, but its footprint is still very regional. And that's a shame, because when it comes to chicken tenders, they're doing a lot right. Their hand-breaded chicken fingers are consistently juicy, with a crispy coating that holds up well. And their sauce lineup? Legitimately impressive. They're not just slapping new labels on the same dip. Each sauce has its own distinct profile, from the classic Zax sauce to fiery nuclear heat. Even their sides feel intentional, with crinkle fries, Texas toast, and salads that actually complement the chicken instead of just filling the box. The downside is availability. You can't be America's best chicken chain if most Americans can't even try you. So while Zaxby's deserves recognition for quality and creativity, its regional focus keeps it from breaking into the top tier. But if Zaxby's is a solid regional player, number 6 on our list is a full-blown national phenomenon, Dave's Hot Chicken. This chain started as a late-night parking lot pop-up in East Hollywood back in 2017, and in just a few years, it's exploded to hundreds of locations across the country. Dave's has tapped into the Nashville hot chicken craze and taken it mainstream. Their menu is incredibly simple: chicken tenders and sliders, all coated in a fiery spice blend that ranges from no spice to Reaper, a level so hot it borders on masochistic. But the beauty of Dave's isn't just the heat, it's the execution. The chicken is always crispy, juicy, and freshly fried, and the spice is applied after cooking using a hot oil blend. That means the flavor doesn't just sit on the surface, it seeps into the meat, creating layers of heat and complexity. For thrill seekers, it's addictive. Add in the hype factor: Instagram-worthy plating, celebrity endorsements, and grand openings that feel like events. And it's clear why Dave's is one of the fastest-growing chicken brands in America. The limitations? Well, subtlety isn't part of the formula. The menu is small, the sides are minimal, and if you're not into spicy food, you'll probably feel left out. But for those who crave bold heat and crispy perfection, Dave's delivers a fried chicken experience that few others can match. Cracking the top 5, we've got a chain that's still relatively young compared to the giants, but has already carved out a serious reputation: Slim Chickens. Founded in 2003 in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Slim Chickens doesn't try to be everything to everyone. Their focus is simple: hand-breaded chicken tenders, Southern-style sides, and a sauce game that borders on obsessive. And honestly, that focus pays off. Unlike many chains that rely on frozen, pre-breaded chicken, Slim Chickens makes it fresh in-house. You can literally watch employees hand-bread the tenders, and that difference shows up in every bite. The chicken has the perfect crunch-to-juiciness ratio, with a seasoning blend that's more complex than just salt and pepper. Pair it with one of their 17-plus dipping sauces, ranging from cayenne ranch to Korean BBQ, and you've got endless combinations to keep things interesting. But what really pushes Slim Chickens into the top 5 is their sides. The mac and cheese is creamy and indulgent, the fried pickles bring tangy crunch, and the coleslaw tastes like it was actually made fresh, not scooped from a plastic tub. Add in clean restaurants, thoughtful branding, and a vibe that feels a step above fast food, and Slim Chickens proves that comfort food done right can stand shoulder to shoulder with the big names. Sliding into number 4, we've got a chain that practically defines the taste of the Southeast: Bojangles. Founded in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1977, Bojangles has built a devoted following thanks to one thing: bold Cajun seasoning. Their chicken isn't just dusted with flavor, it's marinated and breaded in a way that infuses every bite with that signature Southern spice. It's not over-the-top hot like Nashville style, but it's got just enough kick to keep you reaching for more. And let's not forget the biscuits, easily among the best in the business. Made from scratch every 20 minutes, they're buttery, flaky, and the perfect companion to Bojangles' chicken, whether you're eating them plain or in their iconic Cajun filet biscuit sandwich. Add in potato rounds, which give a fun twist on the usual French fry, and an all-day breakfast menu, and you can see why this chain inspires cult-like loyalty. The beauty of Bojangles is that it doesn't try to chase every trend. It sticks to what it does best, and it does it consistently. The only real drawback is geography. Unless you live in the Southeast, finding a Bojangles can be a challenge. But for those lucky enough to have one nearby, it's more than just a meal, it's a tradition. Taking the number 3 spot, we have the chain that turned a simple sandwich into a nationwide craze: Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. Founded in 1972 in New Orleans, Popeyes has always leaned heavily on bold Louisiana flavors: garlic, paprika, cayenne, and that unmistakable Cajun kick. But in 2019, they launched their spicy chicken sandwich, and everything changed. What was once just another fried chicken chain suddenly became the brand that sparked the infamous chicken sandwich wars. People were lining up around the block, stores were selling out, and the internet couldn't stop talking about it. And honestly, the hype was justified. When Popeyes gets it right, their chicken sandwich delivers one of the best flavor experiences in fast food. Crispy breading that actually tastes like something, juicy chicken that isn't dried out, a brioche bun that can handle the heft without falling apart, and those thick-cut pickles that bring just the right acidic punch. Beyond the sandwich, Popeyes' bone-in chicken still carries that Louisiana soul, and the sides, red beans and rice, Cajun fries, mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy, Add authenticity instead of feeling like filler. But here's the caveat. Popeyes can be inconsistent. Some locations nail it, others leave you wondering if you got yesterday's batch under a heat lamp. Service speed and quality control have always been their Achilles heel. Still, when they're firing on all cylinders, Popeyes proves that Southern spice and flavor-forward chicken can stand toe-to-toe with anyone. Just ahead of Popeyes at number 2, we've got a completely different approach to fried chicken. Raising Cane's. Where Popeyes thrives on variety and spice, Cane's wins by doing almost nothing, except doing it flawlessly. Founded in 1996 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Cane's built its empire on one thing: chicken fingers. No wings, no sandwiches stuffed with gimmicks, no endless menu, just crispy golden chicken fingers served with crinkle fries, coleslaw, Texas toast, and their now famous Cane's sauce. At first glance, that simplicity seems limiting, but it's actually their secret weapon. Because the menu is so streamlined, the quality is almost always spot on. The chicken fingers are hand-battered, fried fresh to order, and come out with a juicy interior wrapped in a perfectly crunchy shell. And then there's the Cane's sauce, a tangy, peppery, slightly addictive dip that has achieved near mythical status. People buy it by the cup, dunk their fries and toast in it, and even try to reverse engineer it at home. Combine that with social media hype, long drive-through lines that signal demand, and a cult-like following that treats new openings like community events, and you've got a chain that's elevated just chicken fingers into a national obsession. The beauty of Cane's is proof that in a world of overstuffed menus, focusing on a single strength can actually be the winning strategy. And finally, at number 1, we arrive at the chain that has somehow turned the simplest idea into a national obsession: Chick-fil-A. Founded back in 1946 in Hapeville, Georgia, Chick-fil-A's entire empire rests on one signature item: the original chicken sandwich. It's not overloaded with toppings, it doesn't rely on crazy spice levels, and it doesn't need trendy gimmicks. Just a buttered bun, 2 pickle slices, and a perfectly fried chicken breast that's pressure-cooked to seal in the juices. That's it. And yet, the execution is so precise, so consistent, that it never fails to deliver. The chicken is always tender, the breading seasoned just enough to keep things flavorful without overpowering, and the pickles provide exactly the acidity you didn't know you needed until you bite in. Add in waffle fries that have become iconic on their own, a surprisingly strong breakfast menu, and a service model that puts nearly every other fast food chain to shame. And it's no wonder Chick-fil-A has become the standard by which others are judged. What really sets them apart, though, is consistency. Whether you're in Atlanta, Los Angeles, or anywhere in between, Chick-fil-A delivers the same quality every single time. Clean locations, friendly service, and food that actually lives up to the hype. There's a reason the lines are long, and there's a reason people keep coming back. It's proof that you don't always need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes, perfecting the basics is enough to dominate the game. So, there you have it. The full ranking of America's most famous fried chicken chains, from the inconsistent pretenders at the bottom to the undeniable king at the top. Now it's your turn. Did your favorite chain get snubbed? Do you agree that Chick-fil-A still wears the crown, or do you think someone else deserves it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your takes, your hot picks, even your guilty pleasures. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into America's fried chicken obsession, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another ranking that settles the food debates you didn't even know you needed settled. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.